Good day, everyone. This is Mark Schmidt, Superintendent of Schools, with an update regarding Monday night's board meeting, which took place March 19th at 7 p.m. in the high school media center. The agenda was adopted as presented, followed by a letter of commendation to Mr. Jeff Iverson. The letter was written by Dave Anderson, commenting and commemorating Jeff on the excellent work he does with his students. And for the music department as a whole. The Mary Freeman, board chair, read excerpts of that letter, which was quickly followed by a well-deserved standing ovation from everyone in attendance at the meeting. So congratulations not only to Jeff Iverson, but the music department as a whole, and the many excellent staff we have in this school district. Thank you for the excellent commitment you do for all of our students. The board agenda then moved to the community forum. At the community forum, there were 4 specific levels of input or presenters. The first was a group presented by Carla Miller, Cheryl Masuga, Bernadette Hogan, and Lori Bates regarding budget cuts, and specifically the reduction of the school nurse at the Motley site and Staples Elementary site. The 4 individuals did really an excellent job of presenting, as well as pulling some letters together from parents and staff members. Next step on that, or in past steps, the presented list of budget cuts were given to the board and the public a month ago. This board meeting was designed to receive input, as well as just informal forms of input from when they were made public to when the board is intending on taking action on them at the April meeting. There will be a time between now and the April meeting where administration and the board on the finance level will be reflecting on the input and making a final recommendation for board action at the April meeting. The other 3 areas of input were regarding the termination of Kevin Coughlin, which took place a week ago, Monday, and presenting were Susan Williams, Linda Eyre, and Pam Collins. Each of those respectively got up and spoke in support of Kevin, and those individuals did an excellent job as well. The board then moved to the consent agenda item, and of note on the consent agenda was probably we have an extremely large amount of donations. A total of $72,283. $70,000 of that came from grants written and awarded to the district from Burnix Family Foundation, as well as Bremer Bank, for the Family Center in Motley, and that was a total of $70,000. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Next, financial items were presented. John Moore presented the financial report, and a tentative agenda of 75% was approved for next year. And then what that does is gives the offices and individuals authority to start spending money for next year's items that you may need to be pre-ordering and taking care of at this point. So it's a stopgap measure without approving the entire agenda. We then moved to policy. There was a number of policy revisions. In all honesty, nothing of importance or significance, I should say. They were basic updates, statutory updates, and language clarifications, which all come from recommendations from MSBA. Next is Personnel Committee. There were 3 unfortunate actions that the board needed to take on Monday night. Proposing ULAs. ULAs are unrequested leave of absences for Greg Robinson, Teresa Dockendorf, and Ron Storbakken. Those are in relation to the budget cuts. And one of the goofy things may be that, well, if the board didn't approve the cut list, why are they proposing to put people on unrequested leave? And the reason is it's a timing issue, in that tenured teachers have a number of are required or have the option of a hearing, and that can potentially take quite a bit of time. So the first action the board takes is a proposed ULA. Now the individuals have an option to request a hearing, and that hearing would take place, and then the board would take final action. statutorily, the board needs to take final action by June 30th. And in order potentially to allow all those steps to take place, they needed to start that process. They can turn it around instantly and stop it. And I know at least in one of the cases for the people that are on ULA, it is the intent that through retirements that one of the individuals would not indeed be placed on ULA. However, just for that timing aspect, the board needed to move forward with that. The board then approved a contract for Eric Kinsman. We'd like to welcome Eric on board. Eric is our special ed teacher at the high school in the area of EBD, and that is a replacement for Eileen Weber, who took a job last year closer to home over by Perm. The board then has approved a resignation for Stacy Bartell, who is at high school special ed para. We wish Stacy the best of luck in her future endeavors. And the board approved a retirement from Meg Robb. We'd like to thank Meg for all of her years of service to the children of this district and wish her the best of luck in her future retirement years. The board then received or approved permission to post for teachers and teacher aides for summer school, a posting for a reading corps position, which are actually grant dollars, but the board approved the posting for it, and an EBT position at Staples Elementary in response to the retirement of Meg Robb to fill that position. The board then heard reports from principals, buildings and grounds, and activities directors, as well as myself, and then went into closed session for negotiations. So with that, that concludes the board report for this Monday. Have a wonderful spring and a wonderful school year, what is left of it. Take care, and we'll see everyone in a month.